we are about to be live. I think so. Or maybe no. Whoa. I do not know.
Man, that is annoying as well.
Yeah.
I can hear all echoing in my headphones.
I do not think we are live. They trying to take us out. It's the Illuminati. They're trying to take us out. But I think we are live, and I just didn't realize.
I think we are live. As far as I can tell.
Live and in full effect, baby. What it do, what it do, what it do. I am P the Politician.
I am Daniel J. Scott.
And this is the Don't Stress Success podcast.
Yeah,
Hand claps in effect, hand claps in effect, yes.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is that.
Indeed, man. So, listen, I got some explaining to do. Every Thursday, I normally do a show called Thursday Night Reviews, where I review artist music. But at first it started off as a joke, but I'm starting to wonder if the Illuminati is trying to shut us down on Facebook because I couldn't go live. Like, I pressed the button. I had DJ Scott as a guest co-host on the show, and I went to go press the button to go live, and it just was a black screen. So salute to everybody that's following what we got going on. We appreciate the love. But we are here live and in full effect. Shouts out to everybody over there on YouTube holding us down. DJ Scott, how the hell have you been this week, my friend?
I'm good, man. We had, I guess, a modern version of a baby shower yesterday, where it was men and women. It was just like my family, her family, a few other people. Went out to the local Jamaican spot, set up a little room in there, and ate, drank, and were married.
Wait, what? Time out. Did you just say you're married?
Oh no, we ate, drank, and were married.
Oh.
No,
that language barrier. Yeah. I thought you said you ate, you drank, and got married. You know what I mean?
No ideas, man.
I hear you, brother. I'm glad. Speaking of Jamaican, I'm about to get me some Jamaican later on today, man. I like the curry chicken, the rice and peas. What'd you have?
We had something called the street burger, which wasn't too tough, man. It's usually nicer, but they didn't do it too nice. Usually I get a jerk chicken and the rice and peas, because you can't go wrong with it, man. You know,
you really
plenty of food, plenty of flavor.
Indeed, man.
Mm-hmm.
Shouts out to Chris Drain and Dean Manuscript in the building. Andrew Watson is in the building. Anna Cogshell. Sandra Aragons is in the building. I hope I pronounced your last name right, Sandra. What it do, man. Shouts out to everybody holding us down at Chucktown Bar and Grill. We apologize. We were down for maintenance this weekend. So, I just wanted to send a salute to everybody to stop by and check us out. We'll be up and operating soon. And as soon as we are, you guys will be the first to know. So that's what it is, man. Let's go ahead and kick it off, DJ Scott. How you feeling today, man? What we got on our minds today?
I'm good, man. A lot of stuff, man. Really getting back into music marketing. So much so that I've added a music marketing category on my website again. So that's big moves. That's big. That's really, it's like there's obviously I try to branch out into different fields and different niches and industries, I guess, in marketing. But I just connect with the music marketing so much. You know what I mean? It's what I've always done. I understand the culture. I understand the people. And yeah, that's where I'm at right now, man. Just doubling down on music marketing.
Well, I remember you tried to run from it, though. I remember that.
Yeah, I did try. I did.
But I will say this, though, man. I am a huge fan of DJ Scott. And so I'm always on your Facebook page, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, yo, you be on one with your posts. You put out a post earlier that was really breaking it down for artists, and you asked a couple of questions. So what I would like to do is take a moment in time and just pull that post up, because I kind of feel like it will shed a light, and I think it'll hit people where they need to be hit, right in between the eyes. All right. So you wrote on your page, FOA musicians, just one of these things will cripple your music career. You're allowing people who mean you no good to exist in your life. You're mentoring your haters more than your fans. You're faking the funk with people who can help you. You're maintaining an image that isn't you. You're following the trends instead of creating them. You're refusing to study what you need to do. You're refusing to find out and try new ways to reach out. You're refusing to invest in the important things in your music career. You're either investing in only how your brand looks or nothing. You're only making music to upload to SoundCloud. You're not building with your audience, and you're not creating a community around what you do. I think that's some solid advice that you're giving people, because you and I, we see it. You know, I deal with artists every day, all day long. They're sending me their music, and the ones who aren't succeeding, the ones who aren't winning, are doing everything in that list that you suggested to not do. So I'm gonna throw it your way, because you know you wrote the post. So break it down. How are you feeling?
No doubt. I think the best way is just to approach each one individually. You know, a lot of people are allowing people who mean them no good to exist in their life. They're everywhere, man. And people might say, "Oh no, that's not me," but I feel like, you know, a lot of people are in denial. There are people in their life that either mean no good to them, or they're draining the life out of them, or they're just there for a come up. And you can tell by the things that people post, you can tell by the energy people put out there, you can tell by, you know, just complaining about the people they're around. Then why are you around them? You know, I'm not the greatest example of a human on earth, let me tell you for a fact, but I'd rather have no friends than friends that mean me no good or take away from who I am, right? So you won't find me with people who are able to do that or trying to do that in my life. I knew early, as soon as I started smarting enough and learning things and reading, I knew I had to get rid of that kind of dead weight. You know, I feel like people are stuck in there. So the next one was mentioning haters more than fans. A lot of people don't appreciate the fact that they only have a handful of fans, right? People might think, oh, I've only got 3 fans, I'm not doing anything. Well, you're only ever going to have 3 fans if you don't appreciate those 3 fans. And in fact, you're probably going to lose those 3 fans, because even though they support you, even though they like you, even though they get behind the stuff you push, you don't care about them. You're too busy worrying about the people who aren't your fans, you know, namely haters. And I like to make haters subjective, because a lot of people don't have haters, man. They just got people that don't fucking like them. So but I'm trying to be funny. That it's just people that don't like them,
right.
And it is absolutely fine. There's a lot of people I don't like, man. Doesn't mean that I'm on their posts hating shit, you know what I mean? Doesn't mean that I'm trying to get their website shut down or reporting their posts or nothing like that. And if people aren't doing that to you, then they're probably not haters, bro. They probably just don't like you.
I'm gonna say this, man. My dad, man. I love my dad. He would always tell me, you can please some of the people some of the time, but ain't no way in hell you can please all of the people all of the time. It's just like you just said, man. Some people just not gonna like your ass, and it's not even your fault. Everybody, they have their own personal opinions and personal tastes, and just because someone's opinion and taste differs from yours doesn't mean they hate you. This ain't their cup of tea. That's it.
Yeah, get a grip, man. Get a grip, motherfuckers. The next one is faking the funk with people who can help you. What I really meant by that is, you come across people that can help you, but you a lot of people aren't humble enough to say, look, I'm fucked up. I haven't got a clue what I'm doing right here. I've got no idea. I am stuck. I am lazy. I am procrastinating. Instead, they want to act like, nah, I'm good. You know what I mean? How can someone help you with problems that you're afraid or unwilling to admit that you have?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I want to take a quick moment. Shouts out to Karen Bodden. And shouts out to Joanne Lassiter Bonzi. What it do, baby? Karen Bond says, artists see dollars in their dreams. Wake up. If you don't work for you, why should anyone else? Keep posting to places like SoundCloud. I like free music that you paid for, LOL. So, yeah, that's just insight into what we're talking about. But.
Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt. I'm appreciating people coming in and sticking around too, man. Like we were saying when we were on your show, the other night about, there's those few that are always here without fail. No matter what is going on, they make the time, even if they watch it back or whatever. And, I'm hoping to pick up a few more people like that. So everyone, we're building a community here. There's a lot of people making friends and shit in the comments too, which is something I like to see. You see, like, say I know someone, and then P knows someone, and then I see them on the news feed and they're talking and they're working together and shit, and that's what this stuff is really about. It's just like we always say, this is ours, and in ours, it's not just mine and P's. This is yours too.
Exactly, man. It's all about creating community. That's what we're here for. Because I firmly believe that there's strength in numbers. You know what I mean? Perfect example of what you're saying. Shouts out to Tiger Bones. He's in the building right now. Marie Lanier is in the building. You know what I mean? And like, there are always people popping up from your community, people who are popping up from my community, and let's build this community together, So that's what it is,
Absolutely.
Man. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. The next one I had down was maintaining an image that isn't you. For a few reasons, right? One is, you're going to get exposed. Everyone's going to get exposed in the end, because it only takes, you've got to lie so many times, all day, every day, and you've only got to tell the truth once, so people are going, wait, what? You know what I mean? It's too much energy and it's not good for you. Like, on a level, it's going to destroy your soul trying to be something you're not. Unless, and the exception here, I think, is if you want to become a new person and change, you can decide, right, I'm going to be a person that I'm not, as long as you live up to it and you really mean it, and you want to be that person, and you're building those things that will, help you become that person. But if you're like, say, for example, you're a soft kid, but you're talking about pull up. You know what I mean? Or trying to pretend like you're really positive, but you're not. You hate people.
Right.
It's things like that. Don't fake the funk, man. That shit's lame, and it'll give you mental health issues for real.
Right.
Because like, obviously, when we're younger and we're finding out who we are, we all do a little bit of that. You know what I mean? I thought I was this tough guy, man. I thought I was this tough guy, and I did a lot of things to back that shit up over the years, and then eventually I got my face broken. I thought, shit, I don't want no parts of this no more. Right. So I guess I'm not as tough as I thought I was.
You weren't about that life. You really wasn't.
I wasn't about that life. Don't get me wrong. I back my shit, and handle myself and all that. But going out there and actively trying to be the guy, nah, that wasn't me, and I learned the hard way. Yeah. Please don't learn the hard way, folks. Don't get your face broken like I did.
For real, though, man. I think, you know what? Sometimes that's how it be, though. I think everybody needs to ass whoop real good just one time. Yeah. That's all it takes, man. Just one good time. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Shouts out to Robert Hicks. He's in the building along with Chrissy. Chrissy, I don't want to jack your last name up, man. I'm going to try, though. Fischetti. Shouts out to Chrissy Fischetti. Brian Connolly in the building. What it do, baby? So, yeah, man, you bringing us some really great points, man. What was the next one on the list?
The next one is following trends instead of creating them. And I see this a lot, man. The ironic thing is that people don't often know they're doing it. When people are sending you music and they're like, I'm so different, man. Completely different. I'm like, well, this is just Little Uzi Vert with a different voice. You know what I mean? This is like a parody version of Lil Uzi Vert, basically,
Right.
or Lil Yachty, or whoever's current right now. XXX Tentacion, rest in peace. Even the whole thing where Future designer completely ripped off Future. Where's designer now?
Right. Great point. Great point. Because the track was hot, and we all thought that was Future's joint when it first came out. Then a month later, we realized it's a whole different person. And where is he now?
Absolutely.
So,
yeah, just set trends. The reason that we follow these people, even outside of the music, you know what I mean? Whether it's a style of, like if you go on YouTube now, it is basically everybody is following the Ty Lopez model. You know, every time you look, it depends what you look at. If you look at ratchet shit, you won't see it. But if you're looking at like self-help stuff and branding stuff and marketing stuff on YouTube, every other ad for every other video is going to be some motherfucker stood on the beach or stood in front of a car or stood in front of their house trying to convince you to buy their course. You know what I mean? Following the Ty Lopez model. And they might be making a bit of money, but they're not making Ty Lopez money. You know what I mean? The reason that you look up to the reason that these people rise to the top of the niche is because they are the niche. If you feel me, and I feel like a lot of people just follow the trend rather than try to set themselves apart, because the reason you respect these people, the reason you like these people is because they built their own path and smashed right through and built their own thing. So don't be a hypocrite in respecting these people who've done something different and stood out by copying them.
right. Exactly.
I don't think you really learned the lesson they were trying to give you if you all you did was copy them.
And you know it's crazy, man. So I guess you could call me an 80s baby. You know, I was born in 78. And so for me, the prime of hip hop was in 96, right? And if you were to rewind or do a Google search and go back to the year 96, nobody was trying, like Jay-Z wasn't trying to sound like Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang wasn't trying to sound like Biggie. You even had Master P come out from down south. He wasn't sounding like UGK, wasn't sounding like Tupac. Like, everybody was completely different. And I really genuinely believe that that's what's missing, not only in just music, I mean, just in all brands when we really think about it. You know what I mean? It's Burger King and it's McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's
Completely
trying to
different.
do the same thing. So
Yeah, absolutely. Like Burger King, McDonald's is completely, the fries are different, the burgers are different, everything's different, even though it's the same thing. It's like, who was it posted the other day? It might have been Brian Ellis. You know Brian Ellis, right?
yeah.
Brian Ellis posted something about, there's Coca-Cola and there's Pepsi. But then you go to certain restaurants and they'll have like this brand that ain't up there with them. But this brand is still making millions. You know what I mean? By doing their own thing, setting their own branding, following their own path. You can do the same thing as other people as long as you do it your way.
Right. Oh, I'm with that, man. I'm with that. Yo, you brought up some really good points, man. I want to keep going down the list. What was the next one that you were talking about?
Okay. Another thing people do is refuse to study on what they need to do. Right. They just think that I'm just going to keep winging it. I'm just going to keep trying to figure out. And yeah, you are going to learn some stuff that way. You're also going to make a lot of mistakes that you don't need to make, because so-and-so already made that mistake and they wrote a book about it. Now, if you read that book, you go, okay, I don't need to make that mistake. And it's not just practical things. It's also, methods of thinking, methods of operation, even learning how to meditate. A lot of people just ain't got time for a book. And if you ain't got time for a book, there's so many other options out there, man. There's audio books. There's even podcasts, blog posts and articles. And all you got to do really, people, is just go on Google. If you don't know how to brand yourself, go on Google, man, type in how to brand myself and just try and find some good info from that shit. I feel like, I'm sure we spoke about it a couple of weeks ago, when people come to you with questions or come to Facebook with questions, whether they do it with you personally or publicly for everyone to see. They ask questions that they'd have already got the answer to. If you just type in Google, it would tell you exactly Like someone hit me up the other week and said, "Oh, how do I get my music on Spotify?" I'm just fucking Google it, bro. So I mean, that you're gonna make me spend God knows how much. And sorry, don't mean to rant and vent. You know what I mean?
Tell them how you really feel. Right? Tell them how you really feel.
But you know, by the time you're gonna let me take like 10 minutes out of my day to try and explain something to you, when someone already wrote a blog post, someone already made a video, somebody already wrote a book on it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So people should be more proactive in learning things and not sit on what it is. Even in rap, if you look at the people who are making money, like Nipsey Hussle, like he's always talking about the books he's reading, and there's a reason that Nipsey Hussle, while he might not be as big as some of the bigger names, he's got the same net worth.
Right.
You know, because he's out there investing, he's learning the stock market, he's learning merchandising, he's learning branding, he's getting mentored by people. And I think that here's the score on life and success, right? No matter what you do, all this is learning to become the best version of yourself that knows the most and is able to do the most. And then no matter what you do after that, it's going to be a success.
There it is.
So steady, man.
Not mad at it one bit, man. So the next topic that you were talking about.
Mm-hmm. So I feel like a couple of them I've kind of gone over through the course of it, but another thing is people not investing in the important things. And I'll give you an example, right? You're going to get an artist who hasn't got a website, hasn't got their music on the major streaming platforms, hasn't got any music videos, hasn't got any of that stuff, but they've got a song art that they spent $50 on. You know what I mean? It is people just try to, or you know, maybe it's just lack of knowledge. A lot of people just invest in the aesthetics of a brand so that it looks good. Like for example, even if they got a website, they got a nice looking website, but they haven't invested in an email autoresponder. They haven't invested in building a funnel. So people are just coming to the website saying, "Oh yeah, pretty cool, yeah." God, never see them again. What's the point in coming back? Rather than capturing them on an email list or even in ManyChat or something like that, where you can, you know, continually market to them, continually send things to them. People don't have guts in their brand; they just have a shell. You know what I mean? It's the equivalent to having a restaurant, and the restaurant looks amazing from the outside, right? It's done up nice, it's just really nice from the outside, and you go inside and there's no tables and chairs, there's no kitchen, there's no chef. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So invest in the guts of your brand. If your brand hasn't got the guts and it just looks nice on the outside, then people are just going to poke their head and say, "Oh, no." Mm-hmm. Go.
So let me ask you this, right? I see we got a few people in the audience tuned in. Exo Taylor in the building, William Shiley's in the building. We got a few people tuned in, but let me ask you, out of our potential reach, the jewels that we're given right now, how many people do you think are really going to pay attention to it? Because that's one that I don't think that you put on the list, but it's one that I want to dive into real quick. Because here's what I see people doing. They have everything around them to be successful. You know what I mean? Yeah. You have all the tools around you to become a success. But you don't follow through. You know what I mean? You don't follow through. Yeah. So like, I feel like, all right, we're up here, we've got a podcast called the Don't Stress Success Podcast. And we can sit here till we're blue in the face, dropping jewels and nuggets and things of that nature. But how many people are really going to follow through with it, man? You know, It's a reason that there's 1% of the world population that controls 95% of the wealth. You know what I mean? They follow through. Real talk. And I kind of feel like, I feel a lot of ways, man. Before I go off on a tangent, let me throw it to you, DJ Scott.
well, I think what people got to do is what I've learned, and it's clearly what you've learned too, is that, you know, when you get an idea, when you learn something, do it right now. Do it straight away. Don't wait. Don't say, "Oh yeah, I'm going to try that next week." No, do it now. Do it now, because next week you're not going to have the same energy you just got. So you get an idea and you get excited. Yeah, oh, I could do this. Oh, I could do it. Do it now. Don't wait. Do not fucking wait, because you're not going to do it. Because when you think about it next time, oh yeah, that was a good idea. That energy's gone out of it. You got to strike while the iron is hot, like they say. So anytime you learn something, put it to practice. If you're studying Facebook ads, don't go away and think about it. Go out and run a test ad. You know what I mean? If you study some email marketing, how to write better subject headlines, don't just learn and think, oh yeah, next time I write an email. No, go back through your emails, start playing with the titles, start put what you've learned to use while it's fresh and while you're inspired and while you're passionate about it.
Absolutely. I think what happens is that people get caught up in their own minds, right? So Will Smith is becoming one of my favorite people. Not because he was a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, not because he got jiggy with it. Like, I'm really, really peeping what he's out here doing and what it took for him to get to where he is. You know what I'm saying? Karen Bond says, you notice that the chat room is quiet. They're listening, man. So real quick though, I want to pull this up on Will Smith, man. He's becoming one of my favorite people, and this is his Instagram account. And he has a video about discipline that I want to share with you guys real quick. Here it is.
All right, that's my nephew. That's Kyle. I just want you to shoot me real quick, because I wanted you to hear this too, because you're my nephew. So a dude screamed to me the other night, "Hey, Will, I want to be an actor, man. I want to be an actor just like you." You know, usually people say stuff to me like that. I'm like, yeah, man, you know, you can do it. Give them an encouraging word. But I was just sitting here thinking, and it dawned on me, 99% of people that say stuff like that are not willing to do what it takes to make their dreams come true. The Marines have a saying, everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. And that's just real. At the center of bringing any dream into fruition is self-discipline. You know, something as simple as food and eating. It's not about your body as much as it is about your mind. It's getting command of your mind to be able to choose actions that are in your own best interest. Every day, we are choosing shit that's not in our own best interest, right? So if the world is attacking you and the world wants to fight you and the world's trying to hold you down, so you're going to kick yourself in the balls? So you're going to stop yourself from getting what you dream. Self-discipline is the center of all material success. You cannot win the war against the world if you can't win the war against your own mind. So me and Jada was reflecting.
Yo, man, that's one of the realest things that I have ever heard in my life. You know what I mean? Oftentimes, we don't realize that if we just shut up and pay attention to the world around us, you've got all the answers right there. And, you know, I grew up watching The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I would have never in a million years thought to myself that I would be getting jewels from Will Smith. You know, he was always that clown, always that jokey dude, you know what I mean? But that was one of the realest shit that I've ever heard. We're out here fighting against the current of the world, and if that's not enough, we've also got to fight our minds. You know what I mean? DJ Scott, we were talking offline. I was telling you about my wife. I'm not going to even, I'm going to keep that one offline. But that was the point that I was making, man. Like, we are oftentimes, the biggest fight that we're going to fight is within our mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely, man. I've always said that all this comes down to one decision. And we might feel like, you know, there's so much to think about and so much to decide on. And, you know, you might be right. But it all comes down to one decision, and that is, I'm doing it. And then everything else is just a derivative of that. Once you've made that one decision that I'm going to do this no matter what, everything else gets done. Because, and, you know, people throw the word decision around loosely. Because a decision is something that you act upon, not something that, you know, you think about and then think about again and then don't do. That's not a decision, and that's what most people's decisions are. Their decision to stop drinking, their decision to stop smoking, their decision to get in the gym more, their decision to eat more healthy. It's not really a decision until you're 6 months into that shit and you're like, yeah, I did it.
Yo, your journey is something special as far as you brought up the gym and everything. I
Yeah,
remember
man.
when you decided, like, you know what, I'm going to get into the gym, man. I don't like how I look. I'm going to change
Yeah.
that. And yo, you've been consistently doing it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, about 4 days a week, guaranteed at least.
mm-hmm.
5 or 6 if I can. And like, I was actually looking at pictures yesterday. No, today. Today I was looking through old pictures. I was going through the old pictures on my phone of where I used to look at it, and I used to think I was big in them. I'm looking at myself. I'm like, oh, look how skinny I am there. You know what I mean? But that's all it is. And I find with the gym, and people are finding with a lot of things, that you get to a point where it's weird not to. You know what I mean? Or it's hard not to. You know, like say my girl would be like, oh, we're going so and so, and I'm like, well, I'm not gonna have enough time to go gym. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas before it was like, oh, we're doing something else. Oh, great! I don't have to go gym now.
And
You know what I mean?
but that's a perfect example of changing your habits.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's habit. It is everything's a habit.
Mm-hmm.
Good or bad.
Yeah. Shouts out to Karen Biden for holding us down, man. I
No
feel like
doubt.
we're doing the podcast for Karen right now. I see
Yeah.
she's the one that's holding us down.
I know it's why it's so quiet today.
Yo, it's just one of them days, man. I swear it's the Illuminati, man. They trying to get
Yeah.
us, man. If they can't get us one way, they gonna try to get us the other. But it's all good,
Yeah.
though.
Hey man, they hating.
Hey, they're hating on us. Hate.
They hating.
But
No
yo,
doubt.
real quick, I want to jump back to some of these topics that you were talking about. You know, you also wrote that people are either investing in only how your brand looks
Yeah.
or nothing at all. So for those just tuning in, we were kind of going through DJ Scott's timeline, and this was a really dope post that he put out. And he was just going through all the different things that could cripple your music career. And so we were just talking about those things. Right now we're on the part where he said you're either investing in only how your brand looks or nothing. So
Yeah.
yo, elaborate on that real quick.
Yeah, it was like I was just saying about the restaurant, you know. It's like having the restaurant front, it's all fancy, it looks nice, and you go in and there's no tables, no chairs, no chef, no staff, no nothing. People are just gonna poke their head in and they're gonna leave again. It's all good. You've gotta have a nice looking brand at the end of the day, but that's just the front door.
Yeah.
And it's not about just getting people in the front door. It's about getting people to want to sit down and order something. Sit down, enjoy their meal, and say, you know what, I'm coming back. Or, oh, let me just text my friend to tell them how good this meal was. You know, and if you think of it like that, it just makes it a lot easier to understand branding. You know, a lot of people have got a lovely shop front, man. Probably get a lot of people that are coming through that door because it looks great.
Mm-hmm.
But if the food tastes like bath water or
You say bathwater.
yeah, or the drinks. If you're drinking the water and it tastes like bath water, your macaroni and cheese is black because it's burnt. You know, people ain't coming back. People, yeah, they might tell their friends, but
They
you ain't
gonna
gonna
talk
like what
shit
they
about
tell
you
their
while they
friends.
telling
Yeah.
their friends, you know.
You know what I mean? So yeah, man, make sure you're developing the guts of your brand.
Yeah, indeed, man. So, yo, it is pretty quiet out there. Karen Biden says people are looking at it like it's the end of summer. They're school shopping or watching football. That's what it is, man. Shouts out to Charlie Choi, man. Appreciate you tuning in. Gilly Gars, Dusty Rhodes in the building. Gina Cordoba in the building. What it do, man.
Yo.
So, yo, I want to take a moment in time and really address the crowd real quick, because you guys could have been anywhere in the world, but you kicking it with us with some things that's on your mind, things that you may be struggling with, or even some things that have been great successes for you. You know, I'm gonna open up and get intimate and talk about some of the things that I have been struggling with personally, right? So every week I'll do this, you know, I just get real intimate with the crowd and talk about the things that I've been struggling with. Shouts out to Harvey Oni Taylor, he's in the building. So for those who've been kind of watching the things that I've been doing, I've been doing heavy promoting, helping to open up a restaurant. Salute to Chucktown Bar and Grill. And this particular weekend, we had to shut down. We had to do some renovations, you know, things that are really going to improve the experience for the customers. You know what I mean? And So here is where we kind of messed up. Or I'm going to take the blame for this one. We had to shut down abruptly to get some things together. And I don't think I did a good enough job telling the people that we had to close. So it's a double-sided sword with this right here. Number one, I'm apologizing to the people, but I'm also sharing my experiences of where I felt like I failed. I could have done a better job communicating with the people that we had to close down for the weekend, because there were events that we had set up, birthday parties that we had set up. Shouts out to Big Show. Happy birthday to him. We're going to make up for not being able to do your party. So it's things of that nature that I was dealing with. And what I did was I just allowed for myself to become so overwhelmed with the fact that we needed to shut down and make these renovations happen, to where I didn't even take the time to think about the customer's experience, because I was so overwhelmed with mitigating why we needed to shut down. You know what I mean? And I think what happens a lot of times, people get overwhelmed because they're trying to do so much. But at the end of the day, all I really needed to do was take a deep breath and just let it ride, because we're not shut down indefinitely. We're going to be back up and rocking. And not only that, when we do come back up and rocking, we're going to be stronger, full force. We had recently just been doing parties on the weekend. Yo, when we come back, we'll be open 7 days a week. You know, so I think what happens a lot of times with people is that they get overwhelmed with the things, and instead of just sitting back, breathing, and looking at it from a different set of lens. Yo, don't allow for your problems to overcome you, overcome the problems. You feel me?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And you know, you're learning just like we're all learning. You know, none of us knows how to do this from the jump. We're all, for shout out to Harvey Taylor, by the way. He said he was hitting us up on YouTube, but we're not really watching the YouTube and the comments there. For all we know, that's where everybody is. People.
Right.
Quick mosey on over there.
For real though.
Look, 5,000 people watching.
Right. You know what? You bring up a goddamn good point. Let me go over to YouTube for real, man. Salute to everybody watching us over at YouTube, man. We appreciate the love. It's what it is, man.
No doubt. But yeah, as P was asking before he was telling his story for the week, we'd love to hear from you guys. Usually towards this time in the show, we like to get you guys to ask us some questions, right? So anything that you're struggling with, anything you don't know, anything you want advice on, maybe you've got something going on, a situation that you're not sure on how to handle, and if you feel like we might be able to give you some valuable input, we definitely like to hear from you. So if you have any questions, you just want some advice, hit us up in the comments and we'll be sure to answer them for you. Just have a look on the YouTube. I can't see anything just yet. You managed to find anything, P?
Yeah. Over on YouTube, man. Town Mama's in the building. What it do, man. We got a couple people over there, YouTube. Shout out to everybody tuned in. Yo.
Man, we multi-platform, bitch. Mama, we made it.
This is what it is, though, man. This is what it is. So listen, man, what's your plans for the rest of the week? How are we going to conquer this week together, my friend?
For me, I'm getting this ad done for Kilo. Getting that figured out. I literally, just before we jumped on, just about to finish it up. Just got to do the creative, you know, the writing, choosing the image and stuff like that. As far as the targeting, that's done.
Sorry to interrupt you, but real quick, go ahead and plug Kilo for those who may not know who Kilo is, and tell the people about the artist you've been working with.
Oh yeah, Kilo spits crack, bro. I swear to God. I'll post if it lets me, I'll put in the comment section. But he just, you know, those rappers that can just rap their ass off fast as fuck. You know, people who like Tech Nine and people who like people of that nature, they'll definitely be feeling Kilo, that's for sure. So I'm gonna give him a quick plug in the comment section. Hopefully it's interactive. Go through, follow the page. Fire, man. I'm enjoying working with him and his team.
Indeed. That's what it do, man. I see Harvey only Hey, guess who Town Mama is on YouTube. You'll never guess who that is.
Is that Harvey?
Nah, that's Karen Bod.
I was gonna say that's just strange. It's just because you said we got Harvey and the Taylor, Harvey Taylor.
I jumped thoughts, man. But now Harvey was in comments real quick, and he said that one thing that he's having a hard time with is that he says I have an audience to a degree, but I'm having a hard time dumbing down on them.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I guess the immediate thing that hits me is why dumb down for your audience? You know what I mean? If that's your audience, if that's your niche, people love what you do. That's why they are the audience that you have. So I don't really necessarily feel that you have to dumb down for your own audience because people are going to rock with you for what you do. Perfect example, my son, right? My son is on YouTube, or excuse me, on Instagram. He's got like 20,000 followers. And what he recently did was shut that account down. And he said, Dad, I don't want to be known as the meme guy anymore. And he shut that account down with 20,000 followers, started brand new, and started telling people to follow him over to his other account to where he's doing more music-oriented stuff.
Nice.
And so I'm kind of a little bit conflicted on how I feel about that, because you threw away an audience of about 20,000 people to start something brand new. But then when I learned and I paid attention to how he did it, so now he's got about maybe 5,000 followers on Instagram with his new account, but he's got 5,000 core people who are really rocking with him for what he is trying to do. So going back to Harvey Taylor, man, I don't feel like you got to dumb yourself down for nothing. You do what you feel that you were put on this earth to do, and the right people are going to follow you. So I think my son's decision to do that, even though he has less people following him now, it was the right thing for him to do. So
yeah, absolutely, man. And you've got to go with your heart, man. You gotta go. Cause I feel like, you know, when I made that move out of music and found myself back here again for like the third time. I should have learned the lesson before that this is where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like I branch into something else, and the whole time I'd be like wanting to see rappers having problems on my newsfeed, thinking I got all the answers for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you know, let me just hit him up. Let me put a post. Because I'm only ever really making content that I feel like the audience needs, as opposed to making content. Oh, you know what? I think this would be a good idea. It's more so I'm looking at the problems people are having and be like, right, I'm going to write a blog post on that, or I'm going to record a video on that, or I'm going to bring that up on the podcast. And I was seeing all like the sort of generic marketing problems, and it was just boring. There's no scope for real, because they're not creatives as much. It's all about numbers over there. And while, you know, numbers make the world go round and everything, you know, I gotta feel fulfilled in helping someone create, like, say someone like Rob Andrews, who goes out there and makes the Dickhead Rapper page, thinking like, yeah, I had a part in, you know, creating something that's fun, that people really resonate with, and people, you know, makes them laugh and entertains them. Music's the one for me, bro, and I wouldn't have really known. I'd have just taken it for granted if I just stuck through, even when I was feeling like it wasn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And salute to you. I want to dig into a little bit of your process, though. Shouts out to Jeremy Flowers, aka Too Slick. I see he's in the building. So you, what exactly happened to make you say, you know what, I don't want to do music anymore? And the reason why I bring that up is because, yo, there are a lot of people out here who are content creators, a lot of people who are doing their thing, and they may have felt the same way that you felt. Now, I know, but I just want to get you to share exactly what it was you were going through.
Well, see, I feel like I was giving too many people too much access to me, right? So I was dealing with the same problems every day from, you know, the same people, and everybody knows how, you know, how disrespectful some people are in rap, like, yo, share my track. I'm just thinking, who the fuck are you, first of all? You know what I mean? And getting that multiple times, and I shouldn't feel that way. You know what I mean? So now I just ignore stuff. I don't, to be honest, I am very rarely spammed, bro. Like very, very rarely nowadays. So I feel like people know me enough to know he don't play that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's just gonna
Oh,
write me off.
you will block a motherfucker quick. How
Bro,
long is your block list?
Right, I've got 890 friends. That's friends, and my block list is longer.
Oh shit! God
swear.
damn.
Because this social media, you've got to enjoy social media. You've got to look on your timeline and say, yeah, I know these people. Oh, I'm glad to see that these people are doing well, or oh, that's someone I know and they're not doing too well. Let me talk to them. Or even if it's someone I don't know, just looking at them thinking, yeah, they're pretty cool people. I should get to know them more. That's what I want to see on social media, man. I don't want to see someone like, yo, check out my track. Yo.
Right.
And I feel like people like yourself, people like me, people like Adam Ivy, people like Brian Ellis, people like, I could go on all day. But, you know, we are having an effect on people. Right, we are having the effect of people starting to realize, you know, this ain't the way. Just looking around and you see all these people in the groups that are just posting their links like, yo, sub for sub, like for like. They've been doing it for months and they got nowhere, bro. Years even, got nowhere, bro. And people are going. I think people are finally realizing, yo, maybe I should try this stuff. You know, email marketing. People have said it so many times. Maybe I should try it out. People are saying maybe I should start my own show about football,
right
write my music off the back of that. Maybe I should try this. Maybe I should. I think people are sick of being stuck in the being a rapper thing, and they're looking around at people like Nipsey Hussle, who I mentioned, Jay-Z, goes without saying, Chance the Rapper, these ones that are really developing, and Little Yachty with the pizza place that are really creating wealth outside of music, and they're starting to realize, wait, and we're in a great space to be able to say, oh, so you want to learn that stuff? Hey, come over here, my friend. Come here, my friend.
Jeremy Flowers is in the comments. He says the music business makes you reclusive. I think it only makes you reclusive if you're doing it the wrong way, right? And when I say doing it the wrong way, all right, so for me, I think it pays to be social. You know what I mean? Like, you can really get... So many doors will open, opportunities will happen if you fight that feeling to be a recluse, you know? And I think just dealing with people in general, like if you ever look at the police, right? Police are assholes in general, you know what I mean? And I think that what happens is when you're dealing with people on such a large scale, then it makes you see the bad side of people, and it can make you feel reclusive, like Jeremy Flowers was saying. But I think, though, if you do it the right way, you can turn all of those people who you're dealing with on a day-to-day basis into opportunities and into situations. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's like trying to see the good in people. That's something I've learned about to do. You know, there's so many people that I wrote off just because of the first way they spoke to me and their first impression, or I've seen the way they post. Like, there's people that, like, say I've jumped on consultations with, like, I've seen them and I'm like, oh, I don't know what they're about. They're posting some shit. They seem a bit stupid, if I'm going to be honest, right? They seem a bit stupid. I expect them to come on the call like, you know what I mean? And then they're on the call and they're really, like, even, you know, I'm learning stuff. From them, you know what I mean? And you just gotta look for that good in people, man. You will. Everyone got a bit of good in them, bro. You just gotta learn how to bring it out of the person.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know
and I think a lot of times people just don't really know what they're doing. You know, they just don't know any better, and it takes people like myself and you, DJ Scott, to have patience with those people. Cause hell, I remember, when you first met me, I was one of those like my shit, share my shit type motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen to my music, damn it. You know what I'm saying? Or else. But I have grown, I've evolved, and now I'm helping other people get their music out instead of being so concerned with mine, you know?
Yeah. And look what it's done for you, man.
Right.
You know? It's put you in a position where you've built up some clout and you've got an audience and so many other things, and it's put you in a position to be in the Chucktown Bar and Grill, managing stuff there. You know what I mean, and figuring stuff out. It's an ever growing journey, man, and you gotta embrace. You gotta take the good with the bad. And just to go off what you were saying, we got to give people a chance and stuff, and the people don't know any better. Like what I really thought was, these people aren't thinking, right, I'm gonna annoy my fucking friends list today with my music. I'm gonna make them hate me today. I'm gonna really piss these people off by post. They just don't know any better, man. Yeah. And I know it's difficult, especially when you're like, oh, inbox, let's see. Oh. You know what I mean?
well, Kara Biden says they think they know better. And I think that's a problem with a lot of people as well. Because I've met people and they would ask me for advice. And I would tell them, like, maybe you should try a different approach. And then I'm now in this embroiled fucking, text messaging battle on their way is better. And it's like, at that point in time, I tell you what, man, if your way is better, why'd you ask me in the first place? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
Yeah. Well, the other day, that post I put out, the artists versus producers, and it was, I quoted a lot of the people who commented on my post.
Right.
Just, the things they look for in a producer.
Real quick, shouts out to Omar Felony Boy. He's in the building. Salute to him. Just want to say that real quick.
Diz out. But that post I put together where I had some people tell me what they look for when they're buying from a producer, and then I made a blog post out of it.
Right.
Remember the one?
Right.
And then I posted in a few groups, and a guy added me, and he's like, I just want to hit you up, and I was inspired by the blog post. This is my problem. Nobody wants to buy my beats. When I talk to them, they seem interested, and I ask them tell them, it costs money, and then they're not interested anymore. And the solution I gave him was, look, you're dealing with low quality people. Not low quality as in like who they are as a person, but as far as investing in themselves. If people are really interested in your beats, and they're people who invest in beats, they'll buy your beats if you build the right relationship with them. So I told him that you're dealing with the wrong people. You're approaching these artists that have only got a SoundCloud. You're approaching these artists that haven't got a music video. You're approaching these artists, their music video consists of them playing their music in their car. You know what I mean? Like,
yo, hold on, do that again, man. Yo.
All that shit. But like, I'm telling him what the solution is to, just take your time to really look through people on Facebook and Instagram and wherever you're looking, and find the people who are clearly investing in their shit. And he's saying, oh, yeah, but no one buys anything. I'm like, okay, yeah, but I'm finding no. I'm like, bro, like, I'm giving you solutions, and all you do is reiterating the problem.
Me for, man? If you just want to battle me on what I'm saying, why are you even asking me?
You know what I mean? But the grander point out of that, I guess, is that you have to focus on the solution. If someone's giving you a solution, try it, or if you figure out a solution, do it, but don't dwell on the problem.
So here is another thing that I learned today. I have this week, I have a real bad tendency of overthinking things. And what I'll do is I'll create scenarios in my mind that haven't even existed. And it's all simply based off of what I think is going to happen. Yeah. So instead of me just acting and just jumping out and just fucking doing it, I'll create all these possible scenarios. And I find myself starting to act on the scenarios that haven't even fucking happened yet before I even spoke through to the situation. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I'm talking about my faults. Fuck it. This is therapy session right here for me. You heard? That's what it is.
No doubt, man. But the best thing is awareness of your problems. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. I find my thing is like consistently hitting people up. You know what I mean? Like I let my inbox go dead for a long time, and 99 plus. It's never not been 99 plus. I've been meaning to catch up my inbox for about 6 months now. You know what I mean?
That explains it. When I inbox DJ Scott, I get nothing.
I mean, if we're talking flows, I'll have a quick scan, and I'll be like, right, I was supposed to do something with so and so today, or all right, I need to follow. It's usually people that I'm working with, or people that spend some money with me or something like, right, let me. I mean, but there's a lot of stuff And just because you put a floor out there, I'm putting a floor out there. Just because I'm saying, right, guys, do this, try this, do that. This is the way. This is not the way. Doesn't mean that I'm perfect. So I just want to. That's my floor, man.
Right.
I am shit at Facebook Messenger.
So now we know. Don't ever send DJ Scott a message. He will not change.
Email's good, man. Email. info@itsdanieljscott.com. Email me.
Yes.
I'm always checking my email because that's where the PayPal notifications.
Right.
Always
Yes. I feel that, man. Yo, checking that PayPal balance can become addictive. I'm trying to tell you, man. Especially if you out here doing it the right way. Shit, man. I know I check my PayPal at least 3 times every couple of hours. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's like those memes where someone says, "I'm sorry, I haven't replied to your inbox, and you've seen me posting." It's just posting a status is a different energy to answering an inbox.
Right,
it is.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Really
it really
is.
is.
Yeah. Shouts out to Al Body Winbush. Al Badat. Man, yo, so whenever I jack up somebody's name, what I tell them to do is to inbox me on Facebook Messenger, and you can use the speaker and then pronounce the proper way to say your name, because I know, man. Yo, shouts out to Al Body Yo, you just gonna be Al Body Winbush for right now, man. But yo, you be showing mad love, so I just wanted to salute you right quick, man. What it do, baby? What it do? So yo.
You know what I'm noticing, P? Just looking through it, I would have utilized it all the way through this more. I think they've gone back to, when you're on live, it used to be that you invited people and they get a notification.
Right.
But for a while, they were getting an inbox instead.
Right.
And I hated that shit, so I stopped doing
me too, man. I stopped using the shit because it's intrusive.
But I'm noticing that. But I'll have to check through my inbox now and see to make sure I haven't been spamming people. But yeah, it looks like they've got back to notifications, man. Where it's inviting. So yeah.
Okay.
That's dope.
Yeah, let's see. Let's hit the share button and see.
I'll tell you what, invite me if you go.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, we learning stuff, man. Facebook changes up daily.
No doubt.
All right, boom. Oh, see, on mine, it still sends it to Messenger.
Oh, shit. Sorry, guys, I invited. Delete the spam, the link in your inbox. I thought I was sending you notifications.
Yeah, it's what it is, man.
Oh, man. We need to start something and get that fixed because nobody wants to be doing that. They get a lot more interactivity and shit on live if they just change it back to how it used to be, man. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, Mark Zuckerberg. I'm right now they're about to shut down.
You know what? I've learned my lesson about talking shit about almighty Mark Zuckerberg.
Come at me, Zuck. I ain't scared.
I am.
I ain't scared.
I am. Yo, I couldn't do my show on Thursday, bro. I am scared of the Zuckerberg. For real. But listen, man, I've had a great time. DJ Scott.
Hey, you know why they didn't come today?
Why?
We didn't offer them no money.
Yeah.
That's why.
You're right. We usually have some money on the table, for real. You're right.
We forgot to set that up today.
Yeah, we totally did, man. That's all good. Next week, we'll have money to give everybody. It's all good.
Next week, guys. Ooh, maybe, because we missed this week, let's double up.
All right. Let's double up, then.
Let's double up.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
We missed this week and last week. Let's triple up. What's up?
Hey, man, calm down.
Hey, whoa there, horsey. Calm it down now.
Hey.
Man, listen, man, I've had a great time, man. The numbers weren't there on this show, but that's all right, though, man. Love is still love, man, and I enjoy doing what we do.
But you know what, man? I feel like it was so point. We're going to get a lot of traction. I'm going to cut these bitches up. We're going to have a whole bunch of 30 and 50-second clips.
Right.
And we're gonna make people mad they missed this episode, bro.
Indeed, man. So it's what it is, man. I am P the Politician.
I am Daniel J. Scott.
And this is the Don't Stress Success Podcast. I think I want to take him out with a song. I'm feeling inclined.
Do it.
You're the best around. Known as the girl's t-shirt. You're the best around. Showing in the show, the sheets around.
What's that the Chinese version?